someone told me once that Eichlers in Brooklyn, during the Sphera, normally when they put you on hold, they put on music, but during the Sphera, they used to put on my tapes. So the guy told me, I used to call up just to be put on hold so I could listen to the tapes. You cheap Jew, could have just bought one. Let me get onto my soapbox a bit because I'm going to be ranting today, full disclosure. And that is that I look up onion soup recipes and I can't tell you how many times I see onion soup mix in it. No, if I wanted to make an onion soup, what's the point of putting onion soup mix in it? Making chicken soup and putting in a chicken soup mix, there's no point to making it. Just make the mix. You can't take a chicken and vegetables and water and make a chicken soup. You have to add in chicken soup mix. This disturbs me. And then I sprinkle a little flour on top. A little bit of flour. Doesn't have to be white flour. It could be whole wheat flour. It could be spelt. Flour. Spelt flour. I did a double take. Wait, that was only one. Listen, as my father said once, if you're an idiot, you'll be an idiot with a college degree. This is a story I heard, by the way. I haven't checked any of this out. I don't know if any of it's true, but there's no reason that should stop me from saying it. So whether you're watching on Torah Anytime or on YouTube or on Apple Podcasts or wherever you watch and listen to your Spotify, Facebook, direct download from the satellite, wherever you have my RabbiOrlofsky.com, wherever you're watching, we're so happy that you're with us and that we get to share this experience together. Time flies whether you're having fun or not. In Eretz Yisrael, you can still get real kishka. In America, it's against the law. In America, you can't do this anymore because they don't feel like you can really clean out those intestines well enough. Here in Israel, it's good, close enough. And, as you know, if you take a look on the episodes that usually get the most views, it's always guests. Because there's only so much of me that people can take. It's been that way since I was little, you know. I used to make money from my music. People used to pay me not to sing. If somebody wants to write me a theme song, I am open. It's the Rabbi Orlofsky Show.
I'll have one for you next week. But we don't want to complain and fetch because we shouldn't. It doesn't look good. But I will.
You don't want to complain.
Okay,
that's basically all I want to do. If I didn't have a podcast, I'd be the old guy sitting in the back of the shul saying, "Who let the kids into the kiddush?"
I'm already that guy. I'm going. What tune is he using for kedusha?
Yeah,
how did he use that tune?
Does this guy have a watch? What time is it?
Can't he at least prepare? He can't prepare his musaf kedusha. It's a wedding. Sing some wedding songs during kedusha.
That's it. I spoke to Trump's people, and when he comes on, I'm going to get a MAGA hat. So,
is he coming on?
Yeah, he's going to be here. After he's impeached, he'll have a lot more time on his hands. You won't have so much to do. Oh, somebody once observed, half the world's population is below average. This Breslov guy was sitting on the plane next to a briska. And the Breslov guy goes, "Nah." And the briska goes, "Shh." And the Breslova goes, "Na nach." And the briska goes, "Shh." And he goes, "Na Nachman." And he goes, "Shh." And he goes, "Na Nachman meuman." The briska goes, "Shma." Because briskas go very slowly. Now, I have to tell you, I'm married 37 years. And a lot of the things that I've done have definitely been to annoy my wife. I don't know what traumatic experience she had as she was a child. But when we were first married, at some point when, I was getting ready for bed, I would go, "Bedtime," and I'd turn off the light. She would get so upset. It took about 30 years before I couldn't get a reaction from her anymore on that. And I would do it night after night, "Bedtime," and she's like, "Why do you do that? Why do you?" It doesn't bother her anymore now. She has a Shabbos light. And I understand the reason we eat these foods is because, the Greeks worship the human body. That's why they always have those Greek statues, and they go Greek statuesque. And we're going to show that we reject that. We're going to look like Jews. I know everybody pretends that they don't like sufganiyot, but you can always tell, you see, because that's why they put the powdered sugar on it. Because if you get the powdered sugar, when you eat it, it gets onto you. And if you try to brush it off, all you do is make a glaze. And everyone knows in a second that all of your protestations about how you were never to sufganiyah is, in fact, you are betrayed by the powdered sugar. To wait online for 2 hours in order to be strapped into a machine that's going to hurl you upside down 100 miles an hour backwards in the dark is not my idea of an exciting time. I live in Yerushalayim. I could just take a taxi and have the same experience. I don't have to wait online for it, And I'm generalizing here because there are two types of people, those who generalize and those who don't. I'm generalizing. There are certain people who feel like they have to get a college degree. Few and far between are the people I've met who feel like they need a college education. There's a standard line they all use, because I'm looking for a place where I can grow. They all say the same thing. So somebody who had a seminary, so after the 12th girl said that, he goes, "Why, what's wrong with you now?" She's like, "Nothing." "Then what do you want to grow?" "I don't know. Why are you asking me?"
Confused already.
I just know. This is what I'm supposed to say. Because if we learned one thing from this podcast, I have no filter. And that's it. If you want to sponsor an episode, now, we're using a new microphone this week. That's the reason that my voice sounds different, not because I'm sick. Smite every firstborn. Because that's the story, is how God smote the Egyptians, and that's why it's called Sefer Smote, in case you were wondering. Anyway, we don't really understand what Arbor is all about. Somebody described it to me back in the 50s. Locusts landed in Israel. And they said, they land, and all you hear is chomping. Chomp, 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 chomp. If you've ever had a group of yeshiva guys over your house, you know what I'm talking about. I asked somebody, what are you going to do about the problem of apathy? He says, I don't care. And to all of you Shvatniks out there, this is a very special month. I was born in Shvat, my father died in Shvat, my mother died in Shvat, and I died in Shvat. But I came back. That's the good news. Yeah.
My name is Rabbi Orlofsky. Welcome to my show.
Oh, knock it off.
I'm sorry.
Now you see why I haven't had you on before. Yaakov never gave me a hard time.
When I wanted to learn drums, I don't know if you remember, I went to lessons for a couple months, and then by the time I started practicing, it was a very big rejection from my family. That was very hard on me.
It had nothing to do with the drums.
I know.
And of course, there will be Purim. Guess we should mention that one as well. Make Purim great again. Okay, that's my Donald Trump at a rally, going around pointing at people at random. And of course, if you listen to the Rabbi Orlofsky Show while you're cleaning, it'll add so much. You'll suddenly find yourself cleaning with a spring in your step, which definitely helps for spring cleaning. Cover the entire house in aluminum foil, preferably the very heavy aluminum foil that has the sharp edges. And also buy a lot of Band-Aids. As you slice yourself up on the aluminum foil, which I do every single year, for reasons that are unclear to me. But it is, in fact, one of my favorite holidays. It is called Pesach Sheni. Everything you always wanted in Pesach, but less. Somebody said to me, it's strange how everything tends to happen around the holidays. I guess everybody was off anyway, right? It's the Rabbi Orlofsky Show. The Rabbi Orlofsky Show.